Yeah, over. He has been my team, a strong one, though, all the way from Benin and Nigeria, of course. Welcome. It's good to see you, Jen. Let's go inside. So if you want to take pictures, be comfortable, enjoy yourself. I'll get your seat. And that's my brother, though. Yeah.
Joy.
Let's go.
5,000.
You.
I'm trying.
Bro, broadcast.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm also looking.
I need to give somebody permission.
Longrich! Longrich!
My lady, bye.
A two-star director with Longrich Valentine's International. I am the noise maker of Longrich. I am the BBC and CNN. If you want to know if Longrich are live, go to my page. Don't listen to anybody else. So, I want to celebrate you all for coming. It shows how amazing you are and how loving you are. Put your hands together for yourself. What I want to share with you is this, just simple thing. There are people out there that your dream, your success is attached to. There was a time in my life that I was supposed to give up. Give up on network marketing, give up in life. 2018 was a tough year in my life. I had an accident that almost took my life. My children were at home while others were taking their children to school. I was in a debt of over 15 million. My landlord gave me a quit notice. In my accident, this business that I've rejected so many years came to my rescue, and someone gave me the product, Actual Reviver and Coachon. When I used the product worked. I had to now look into the business. I saw success. I saw people using Longrich products, and the product is working for them. My testimony is one of it. And I saw people who were broke, who had nothing, making money in this business. And I said, who? These people are not better than me. They don't have two heads. Do they have two heads?
No.
They don't. So what I did was to look inward again and revive that spirit of not giving up. Because I know someone else's dream is attached to my success. Tell somebody, my dream is attached to someone else's success. You are here today because somebody is looking up to you to be successful. Now I went all out in my business. All out. When I say all out, I didn't look back. I didn't look further. I bought all the bridges. I resigned for the job I had. to go back to the job that made me go wretched. Then I went on house. 3 weeks, I got my first trip. 2 months, I became Diamond 5. 6 months, Diamond 6. 7 months, Diamond 7. 11 months, I became a star director in this business. Do you know what? Because I had a strong why. I had a strong reason to do this business. Some people will come up to me and say, boss, I give up. I said, what are you giving up on? What are you giving up? You are broke, you are giving up. Your being broke should be the reason why you need to do this business. Why are you giving up? You don't have something to provide for your family, you are giving up. My family, my wife, my children, my mom was the reason why I did this business. I went home house. So tie yourself to a reason why you shouldn't give up, because there's someone out there looking up to you why you need to be successful. There was supposed to be a video I'm supposed to show you why you should not. My mom is here with me. She will be celebrated today as the Diamond 7 leader. You know my wife also, my two strong women in my life. When she received her first money, tell your neighbor money.
Money.
When she received the first money she qualified for as a car, 3.5 million. Come and see her reaction. Can you play this video? See the way she reacted. Play this video now.
Mama.
Not to play. Look at the way she reacted. Look. Can you see? Can you see? This is the reason why you should not give up.
I swear.
That was the first, I don't think that was the first million she has ever received. Why? This is the reason why we are doing this business. So every time you feel like, oh man, I don't want to do this business again, look at someone you are going to touch. Through this platform, she's no longer living in this house again. She's building her own house. She's building her whole house. She has packed out of where she was, Wafalfa, Lagos, and now she's living with the big boys in Lagos. Look, let me tell you that. Don't give up. Stop following all these shining objects. If there's one thing that is making people to cry, they say it's pride. Stop. The starting of that thing is pride. Stop. A lot of people are crying now because those things are done. This business can never go down as long as somebody is brushing their teeth. Somebody is betting. A woman is stealing their business. It cannot go down. There is someone's life attached to your success. Don't become successful and make someone proud. I love you all.
I run a company called The Foh Company. We've got offices in Lagos, Dubai, and London. I just became a Forbes Coaches Council member. So I write for Forbes.com. You should clap, that's a big deal.
Yes.
A big deal. I've written 7 books. I've been married for 16 years.
Whoa.
My first son just became a teenager. Like seriously, like duh. And I feel
We got
good.
you, yeah.
Yes. All right. Can I talk now?
Yes.
I know that everybody is here because you want to make money. Everybody is here because they want to make money. But what you really want is not money. What you want is wealth. Yes. Because we use money to calculate how much wealth we have given to the world. The word wealth has to do with how much you have made somebody's life better. The world rewards you for how many people's lives you change. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes.
The reason why Longrich is successful is because they made you successful. Does that make sense to anyone? So how do you become successful in this business? There are two ways to make money, to earn as a salesperson. It's either you are knocking on somebody's door or somebody is knocking on your door. True or false?
True.
Hello? And most of the time we are used to knocking on people's door. But the pandemic came and you realized that you couldn't knock on certain doors. Right?
Yes.
The pandemic didn't tell us it was coming. We don't know what the next one is going to come. So one of the things that we must all look at doing now is how do we get people also to knock on our door while we knock on their door? Does that make sense to anybody? So how do you generate demand? Can I go on?
Yeah.
So you do that technically because of this thing that you have called a phone. Somebody say phone.
Phone.
Say phone.
Phone.
So we did a 3-week sales cohort in 29th of May to 12th of June. The people that came for the cohort, all the people that attended the cohort, the small businesses, in the course of 3 weeks of us working with them, they did 300 million naira in sales. And we didn't see them. It's not a story. It's not like it's written down, it's recorded. Everything is there. He was at the cohort. They've done 300 million naira in sales already. This is to show you how do you generate demand to ensure that you are successful in your Longrich business. And the way to do that is that all of us must now become content creators. Someone say content.
Content.
Somebody say content.
Content.
Now, China Achebe said that until the lion can read, write, and talk, every story will glorify the hunter. True of us.
True.
You are the only one that will tell the Longrich story in a way that can help other people join. Am I making sense to anybody?
Yes.
And the tool for you to do that is your phone. So I want to encourage you. What I have observed is that I am not seeing enough content from people in the community. That is the future. And what is content? Is basically this, all the things that these people said here today about how much Longrich have changed their lives. Those stories need to go into the world. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yes.
Hello? The stories are great, but they are limited because more people need to hear that. And you know that sales is a game of numbers. The more you circulate your story, the higher the probability that a few people will be converted into Longrich followers. Am I talking to somebody here?
Yes.
So it starts with you being committed to the process. So A, you've got to be a content generating machine. It is the future. And how do you do that? Number one, practical ways. I expect everybody here to go live on Facebook, live on Instagram, at least once a week. You talked about the cavities of your toothbrush. I use Longrich toothbrush. I didn't know that the traditional toothbrush affects my teeth in such a way. But if you don't tell the world, who's gonna know? The guy here, I'm sure, I don't know where this dude is from. I don't know if it's from China. But last year, small businesses going live, they made over $10 billion by going live on their smartphones.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question. How often do you go live to teach? Because now, the world that we are in right now, every business is a teaching business. Now, you don't hear me now.
We hear you, sir.
You must out-teach the competition. Can you write that down, please?
Yes.
Oh my God, this place is so noisy. It's not my vibe. It's not my style. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
I mean, you got it?
Yes, we got
If
it.
you don't get it, what?
Forget about it.
So I'll talk to those that get it. Am I talking to somebody?
Yes, sir.
I don't know about you, but I make money every day on my phone, on the internet. The money you make on Longrich, I make it on my phone every day. Every day. Like every day. Like in my sleep. Like every day. Am I talking to somebody? And how do you do that? Number one, I want all of you to go live every week. Not like me, I go live every day. Because I'm crazy. Am I talking to somebody? I'm obsessed. One man said that you should follow your biggest obsessions mercilessly. Now, I don't think you heard me. I don't think you heard me. Did you get that? So just go live once a week. Second thing I want all of you to do is that, because even the Longrich people I know, they don't even do this. In your WhatsApp status, everybody should drop a 30 seconds video in your status every single day. Now let me tell you the format for that video. I'll tell you why. Because one of my clients sold the house for 100 million on her status. I told her what to do. Yeah. Number one, you need a hook. Someone say hook.
Just sit on that seat for a while. Thank you.
A hook is the caption of the reason why people listen to you. For example, now God forbid, if you're driving home and you see a newspaper that says Olusegun Obasanjo is pregnant, you know you will stop and buy the paper.
I swear.
Answer, true of us. The reason why you stop is not because you like the paper, but because of the caption. True of us. Because human beings are curious. How many of you know that when you tell your children, don't touch this, that's what they want to touch? Did you get that? If you think you stop with your children, it's also in you, because there is something called an open loop and a closed loop. That's why when your friend tells you, I get something to tell you, when tomorrow I go tell you, you will say, tell me now, tell me now. Three of us. Because of the hook. So you must learn how to do a hook. A hook has to do with what can interest somebody. After the hook, you will now introduce yourself for credibility. After you introduce yourself for credibility, you now talk about what you want to talk, and you must end it with a clear call to action. Let me give you an example. And the hook could be like, you know how those people you see them on Instagram, they are selling L, they wear short bomb shots. Hey, he dey shake, hey, you will stop and see it. Am I talking to somebody? She got your attention. Am I talking to somebody? She knows what she's doing. Now, let's say you are scrolling on your phone and you saw somebody say, hey, do you know that toothpaste you are using is spoiling your teeth right now? And the way your teeth is going, your teeth may not make it to 60. Hi, my name is Onyinye. I'm a 3-star director with Longrich. Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of Longrich toothpaste. A, it has kinikon. B, it has malaba. 3, yak pokpokpo. For more information, send me a DM or call. Let me explain further. That's it. Finito, Jambo, that's it.
Right on, sir. I'm in the spirit.
That video is a 30 seconds video.
Yes.
You can put that video on Instagram. You can put it on TikTok. You can put it on Facebook Reel and leave it there. Someone say leave it there.
Leave it there.
Someone say leave it there.
Leave it there.
After 24 hours, WhatsApp will take it off. What do? You put it back. Am I talking to somebody?
Yes,
because
sir.
that video is evergreen. Think about it. Coca-Cola will leave their adverts on a particular spot for years. You think they are stupid? They understand human psychology. The more you see it over and over again, one day you will make a buying decision. True or false?
True.
And most of you know that some of your downlines, they did not buy when you told them immediately, because it takes somewhere between 20 to 60 exposure before people buy. Did you get that?
Yeah.
So you leave it there for people to see. You leave it there. Now, when you send out that video, it's no longer in your control. The day a person will say they will join Longrich is not in your control. True of us. Talk to me now. You can't control that. The only thing you can control is that you will do your meetings, you will post your post, true of us, and the conversion will take care of itself. Does that make sense to anybody? What frustrates a lot of you is that you want to control the day they will join.
And you are so attached to that day that when it doesn't happen, you get frustrated. The Hindus say that attachment is the root of all suffering. Now, you don't hear me now.
I hear you, sir.
You don't hear me now.
Attachment is the
I feel like coming down. Can I come down?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Can I go ahead?
No, sir. On top of the stage.
I want to deliver some of you today. Can I go ahead? When you prospect, the definition of prospect does not mean that you will get a customer. Let me bust your bubble. Can I go ahead? Because some of you, you think that it's generational customers, like they do you. There's nothing wrong with you. The word prospecting is gotten from how people used to dig for gold. Have you watched those movies? When they are digging for gold, what happens? They go bring out dirty over, and then they will not get gold. True or false? Answer me now. That customer that tells you, call me next week, I'm not, it's the dirt. Am I talking to somebody? You keep digging until you find the gold. Did it make sense to anybody now? So you put that content out and you leave it there. I want to encourage you on a serious note. You have great products. You have a great offer. But if people don't know how you're going to sell, now watch this. If you're not making sales, there are three things that is wrong. It's either you don't have a great offer, you don't have traffic, or you're in the wrong market. Let me use a metaphor to explain. The best teachers in the world, they teach with metaphors. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me? Good. There's a guy, he's fit, good looking, has a great job, drives a great car, and he's single and he doesn't have a girlfriend. Any girl he talks to, they don't want to date him. That guy has a great offer, but he's in the wrong market and he doesn't have traffic. There's another guy, he's not as good looking as that guy. He's even on the very big side. He's toasting women every day, but none of them want to go out with him. That guy has a wrong offer, but he has traffic and is in the right market. Can I go on? Then there's the third guy. He's cool. Went to school in Harvard. Great body. But yet no girlfriend. You know why? Because where he walks, all the women there are married, and the two single girls there, they are in serious relationship and they're getting married next week. So that guy, he has a great offer, no traffic, in the wrong market. So ask your neighbor, say neighbor, neighbor, which one is your problem? Do you have a great offer? Already you have a great offer because you are in Longrich. Longrich is the offer. So the question then is, do you have traffic or are you in the right market? Let us define this thing called market. Your market is people that buy from you, right? Now, this may sound counterintuitive or controversial, but everybody is not your customer. If you look at your Longrich history well, there are certain men and women that you resonate with. Come on, am I talking to somebody? There are certain people that you attract, true of us. But the challenge comes when we think that we are for everybody. Now, everybody can join the business, but you are not for everybody. I don't know if I'm making sense here. So it's important that you define your market. And defining your market is a choice. And many people don't make that choice because they believe that if they define the market, they will leave other people. I don't know if I'm making sense to anybody.
You are.
Let us say you say, I want to work with only women that earn between XYZ to XYZ that work, whatever. You define them as a market. Here's what is going to happen. You immediately activate the law of attraction. Let me explain. How many of you here have ever wanted to buy a particular car and before long you began to see the car all over the place? Has that ever happened to you? Say aye.
Aye.
So don't you also think that if you define the kind of people that you want in your team, you will also find them? It's the same principle. He said, ask and it shall be given unto you. He said, seek and you will find. For everyone that seeks will find. So if you seek a certain type of customers, you will find them. It's a law. That's why if you go to Polo Avenue, they sell Rolexes for $15,000. They don't care about you, honey. You think this watch is too expensive? They know their market. Do you know your market? Why? If you know your market and you create content, they will know that you are speaking to them. Oh God. Oh my God. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
You know, I was born to teach this subject. Everybody is not your market. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
How many of you here have seen something on Instagram, on the internet, and somebody is talking, the person, you just said to yourself, this person is talking to me. Because they know you. Why? When you know your market, you know what their challenges are. True or false? So when you talk, they will connect that you understand them. Like the beautiful lady here that says that she was a widow. She has 4 children. Any woman will connect with that. Do you know how many widows are there in Nigeria? You can't even count them. There are 200 million people in Nigeria. If you pick a market, there's enough people in your target to feed you. Oh my God. I'm just excited. Can I go ahead? Define your market and begin to create content to generate demand for them to come to you. It's called magnetic marketing. Does that make sense to anybody? In other words, you are the one that's magnetizing them to you. Does that make sense to anybody? That is very critical for you. Next, when you put out your piece of content and they call you, what do you say? Because for some of you, your problem is that you get customers, but you don't know how to convert them. Who's in that bucket? They say, I. For some of you, you actually talk to people, but they don't convert into your clients. True of us. So your problem is not an attraction problem. Your problem is a conversion problem. So how many of you here have ever recorded your telephone conversation with your clients before? For the purpose of improvement. I can tell you for free, many people have never done that. Why? We don't have a developmental mentality in Nigeria. We don't treat our business like a sport. After every concert, Beyonce will watch the video. She and Jay-Z, they will watch the video. They will say, oh, we would have improved here. It's called a review.
That's what I do.
That's why when she sings, you cry. You take off your clothes. She was intentional. Am I talking to somebody?
Yeah.
Answer me now. Oh.
Very, very.
Some of you don't even practice what to say to the clients. You just show up here. When you are in front of the client, it's the first time you two are hearing what you want to say. And then you're wondering why you don't. Does that make sense? If you want to win, remember, Longrich is not the only company of its kind in Nigeria. There are plenty. There are plenty. So how do you stand out? You must